Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. As always, on Tuesdays, we're joined by our injury insider. Of course, it is Dr. Jeff Pierce taking some time here with us. We have a lot to get to, the NFL bye week. I'm mad at him. I'm glad for him at the same time. I'll break that down in a minute. But, Doc, we talked yesterday on the show. Dikembe Mutombo passed away.
Right.
He was a guy that you knew to some degree, right?
Yeah, I mean, I was fortunate to spend some time with him and Gervin and all that, especially at the All-Star games. That's, I think, a picture of me or my son and Mutombo. But he was just a gentle giant. There's a great picture of him looking short with Gervin and some of the other guys. It's just kind of funny.
Fall, man.
Tacos there. I mean, look how short Gervin looks in that photo.
NBA legend.
Yeah, those are the legends right there with my son. There's a picture of him next to Muggsy
Bogues?
Yeah,
Yeah.
And they're at the same height, and there's pictures, which is kind of funny. But, as a human, he was a true great humanitarian.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how much people know what he did back in his country, but he was so respected by the players, by the NBA. It's funny, being around those guys as someone on the outside of it, you can see who the players actually respect.
Right.
And hey, hi, but young players that would come up to him and sit and he'd hold court and what he's doing, and it's great to see. And those are the people you kind of learn from, from my aspect. And what I had my son with me, and those are the kind of life lessons of who you are as a human being before you're a player, a doctor, a lawyer, someone on TV. Who are you as a human first? And Mutombo was that. I mean, it's so sad that we've lost him so prematurely at 58. But my short time with him and just he left impression on me. It wasn't just the finger pointing, but it was just how to be a better human. He had his whole family always around him. A very generous man that gave back 10 times more than he ever got.
And that's what people are saying in the chat too. Better person off the court than he even was as a player, and he was great despite what Sam Flannel has to say. No, but Doc, again, glad you're here. I wanna check in with you on some things that we talked about in the past here. All right. Number one, I'm happy with you.
Okay.
Remember
D-Mac? Got a checklist.
Remember D-Mac? He told us. He said Jahmyr Gibbs gonna be all right. Going to be fine. I was worried. About residual issues and stuff like that. But Doc, you soothed me, you calmed me. So thank you for that. Jahmyr Gibbs looks okay.
He looks great. What do you have? One touchdown?
Two.
Positive. Two touchdowns?
Yep.
Two touchdowns, too.
Two. Montgomery had two, and he had, wait.
Montgomery had one.
One? Okay,
Yep.
well, I had it backwards. All right, yeah, I mean, he's been great. There's no hesitation. Like I keep telling you, how do we evaluate? Not that I want to get into Aaron Rodgers right away, but just that footstep, just that speed, just that confidence, that grit going through the line, he's got it. There's no hesitation in that. When you see some other people, like even Williams, his first catch, I mean, he's trying to jump over the goalpost and jump into the stands. He has full confidence in that knee. He's over that physically and mentally. I mean, he's going full out without hesitation also. So you're mad at me, huh?
I am mad at you. Okay, I'm upset. Now, you were right about the Gibbs thing that made me happy. You were right about another thing that pisses me off. I wanted Jordan Love out longer. And you told me, because I was doom and gloom about it, and I was just looking at it and seeing what happened. I'm like, there's no way this cat's not missing 8 weeks. You sat down and you said, he could be back in 3. And I said, Doc, no way. And here we are. Why?
I think
Why'd you have to be right?
I'm 100% on that one.
You are.
No, it's just the type of injuries and the grit, the person. And Jordan Love's out to prove something. I mean, it's sad. I mean, Minnesota's, who expected them to play like he did, but there was no hesitation. Maybe there was some hesitation in Jordan at the beginning. Very slow start, didn't get his rhythm out of the gate, and maybe it was that mental play that he had to deal with. But, I mean, there's certain injuries. We're looking at Ragnow on our team that I'm predicting to be out a little bit sooner than people are predicting. So we'll see how that goes. And then, Reacher too. Reacher, I think I'm right on with Reacher. Maybe I'm a little off, but, for him to be, he's a positive effect on that line, and he's making stuff happen. So, yeah, there's some science and, the mental, you got to put the picture together. Not that we're gypsies or anything, but you got to be a card reader too on that personality. But, I had a lot of work with the Red Wings back in the day to pick who would be returning and not returning.
Yeah, no doubt. We got out of last night's game pretty scot-free, right? As far as the other guys, so it's just about the injuries. Where does Rag now? Because the blessing in holding Frank out is it gives him that extra time with the bye week and stuff like this. I thought, looking at guys that are coming available, I was worried a little bit about Laporta and his ankle, and we've talked about that nagging ankle injury, but he was effective all night long, and he ran some great routes, and that didn't look like it's affecting it. Is that one of the things too? That you as a medical professional are in there is they're trying to get these guys not only to be able to play, but something like how do you maintain so it doesn't fall backwards and he's able to accelerate, put himself in a great position.
I mean, Laporta is a great example of having this bye week. I know you wanted to talk about the bye week. And it absolutely helps. I mean, rest.
Do we oversell it though? Like people think like you could have a torn ACL on Saturday, get through the bye week, and be back the following Sunday.
No. There's still physiology in place. There's still the biologics and physiology. But like an achy body, you have an achy body, you just can't catch up, and they gotta repeat again. Have you talked to the players, especially football players? Like, I got through Sunday, I'm resting. They have a routine to recover their body. Do we know better? Yeah. Do we get an extra week out of it? Yeah. Like nagging shoulders, nagging ankles, like rib injuries, all that stuff recovers. As far as ligament damage and all that, that doesn't just automatically accelerate because you had the week off. There's still physiology that will have timing that you're going to need. And we talk about special sauces. Can these things work better without any irritation, right? So you want to eliminate the aggravating factors. Not practicing hard, not playing an aggressive collision sport for 1 week does add up. Yes, it's definitely a positive in the favor of the Lions. There's not too many guys that are out, or even our light concussion guy. All this week is going to help get them, feeling good, but they got to be committed to work. Some guys just rest. Ragnar might just be a resting thing, work on his power of his lower extremities and overset the upper body. Laporte is a great example of benefiting from this. I mean, he did look good yesterday. He ran that route, but you could see he just wasn't like with Gibbs. He's just powering through. Where Laporte was like, I'm kind of moving and I'm right. Like when he might have scored with a healthy ankle on that one play where he went 27 yards or something. But that's the kind of thing. He still knows, and we talked about Braylon with this, is that you got what gears when you're injured. So it's so important to know your body itself. And that comes with maturity. And Laporte is in that between. He's not a rookie, but he's not a seasoned athlete. He probably knows I didn't have, my top gears, but I'm okay in my light gears and my middle gears. If I try to go a little bit harder or cut a little bit harder, I'm going to mess with that ankle that I don't want to deal with. So he if we go, there's 10 gears and 10's the top speed and 1's just starting out. I think these guys know how to hang out in that 5, 6, 7 gear to not aggravate and just create a well-balanced play.
So take it right up to the line. Spenny, I'm going to need your help with the footage on Montgomery yesterday, because the chat wants to know. They want to know your professional medical diagnosis. In fact, did Devon Witherspoon, is he still with us after this play?
Well, I can't see it because I'm in this.
The Montgomery lowering the shoulder and running through the chest of Devon Witherspoon. Spenny put him in the coffin, told him to rest in peace, but this move right here. Boom.
Oh, that, yeah.
What's your professional medical diagnosis of that?
That's a hard hit collision. You'll be surprised. And these guys, look how he pops up quick.
Yeah.
But then what does he do? He's still in the play. It's a beautiful collision. He's a beast. That's going to rack your chest. It's going to rack your chest bone, your ribs. You got a bone bruise there for sure.
What about his dignity? What's the diagnosis on his dignity?
Dignity, he's going to have to recover from. He's going to need a little mental rehab along with that. But some of these guys, it depends on your character. I mean, I know we want to be positive on our guy, and then we schooled him, and he's in ESPN highlight and all that. But some of these guys live on that. That will never happen to me again. And they work out harder the next day. So I think his dignity is going to be just fine. I know that's not exactly what you want to hear, but I think he's not going to let that happen again.
You said the magic word that turns the chat out. more questions about the quote secret sauce. What is the secret sauce? It's situationally
you gotta come
dependent.
to Michigan Sports and Spine to find that out.
All right, there it is. MichiganSportsandSpine.com. Well, Doc,
no, it's just things that we have access to for the players. It's not like insurance covered or always approved. It's stuff that we put together at a custom level for the player. It's not like so crazy, but it's appropriate for what we need to do to keep these guys playing.
Absolutely. Doc, we appreciate the time. As always, my friend. Thanks for stopping by.
Go Tigers.
Go Tigers. There it is.
About an hour and a half
Doc,
away.
Jared Goffin.
Jared Goff. Everybody's
Pierce.
doing the Jared Goff.
Go
Dr.
Tigers.
Jeff Pierce appears to us courtesy of MRI of Southfield as well. Good conversation as always.
Attention sports fans, don't miss out on expert sports injury insight with Dr. Jeff Pierce of Michigan Sports and Spine. Join Dr. Pierce every Tuesday during Big D Energy and Thursdays during Ermanni and Edwards, where he offers top-notch injury advice. Trust the guy that I trust. Dr. Jeff Pierce is here to keep you in the game and performing at your best. For more information, visit MichiganSportsandSpine.com or call 248-426-9944.